All right, here we are on the Level Podcast, episode 11. Is it 11? Yeah, 11. And I'm here with River City, aka Krez.
Yeah. What's cracking?
Yeah. And this is going to be an interesting one today because we are going over our top three, maybe a top five at a push, but we'll say top three MCs from each city across Australia. So this first birthed from Chip in the UK. He tweeted out, North London is the hardest, has the hardest MCs from any area of London, grime and rap. And so when it started to spark this debate now, he's saying on grime and rap, so 140 and let's say like a 90 or 95 BPM beat in a cypher situation. And I think that's important, and we'll get into why that's important in a minute. In a cypher situation, and so they kind of split it north, east, south, and west, and even maybe a northwest London, and people started debating who would have the hardest area with both beats. So you can't pick an artist and kind of pick one or the other. It can't be, oh yeah, they'll take the grime. No, everybody's got to do both. So, you know, if you pick an artist and they're good at grime, how would they fare on rap? And so some of it comes into speculation here. But yeah, this is not to be taken too seriously. Again, this was kind of a debate from the UK scene. I just thought it'd be interesting to have like an Australia scene comparison, an Oz scene comparison, and see what people come up with. So me and Krez have both made a list of artists. I've got a few honorable mentions as well. And we're just gonna sit down and kind of just debate who we would have if we was to pick like a fantasy league team for it. Who would our dream team be? Who would our three-a-side team be from each city?
At the end, are we going to say which city we reckon is the
hardest? I don't think so. I mean, you could. I'm not going to do it for the simple. Of course, I'm going to stay out of that for the fact of that is purely a matter of opinion, and it would be something that I don't want to be out here saying this one's better than that and da. I mean, we're already doing that in who we would pick. And sometimes that might not be down to who we're saying who's better as an artist. We're just saying who we would think would be more versatile to be able to deliver on both types of rap, like rap and grime.
See, I've already had to make a little change to my list just then, because I was thinking there are some MCs that could just go straight over boom bap and be silent over grime and still have the upper hand, but I'm going to try and adapt to your little rules here. I've made some changes.
It makes it interesting because, again, if you was just to say, all right, someone's going to take a boom bap beat or someone's going to take a trap beat or, you know, it makes it a whole different dynamic. Then it does change my list. There's some big names that I've left out and I could already see people being like, but how are you not throwing them in? But we'll get to explaining that.
See how big my notable mentions are.
So, I guess we'll take turns in who's going first or whatnot. I don't mind. What city should we start? Where should we start?
I reckon get the easy one out of the way, and that's Perth.
Perth. All right. Who have you got on in your Perth list?
All right. Number one, I've got Shadow.
Yep.
And then number two, I've got Cogs. And then tying in at number three, I've got Complete and Draft.
And Draft? Whoa. Complete and Draft? Or one or the other?
Oh,
you gotta pick one. We gotta make the tough choices here.
I'll go with Complete just because I know he's good over double time and he can do his boom bap steez as well.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so mine's similar to yours. Mine is Shadow. And mine's in no particular order, by the way. Shadow, I've got Complete. And then I've got Greasy. Now, I might be a little bit biased here because I've worked with Greasy.
Because he just done a track with him. Don't try and plug the track till the
end. No, but I've heard Greasy do grime and then I've heard him do rap. And I know he's so well balanced on both. But I did have Cogs as an honourable mention. He was the first honourable mention I had. So
yeah, I just think Cogs' voice and delivery is just so old school when it comes to how violently it's delivered. Mm-hmm. And he's got substance as well. Shadow's just a clear winner for me, though. Yeah. Like he's steezy with both. And then the reason I said Draft was just because I think his voice and delivery is so smooth and almost effortless. Whereas Complete, he's got the lyrics and he can do both. But I just don't think he has that little polished steeds that Draft has.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a factor that does come into it with a cipher situation is in this imaginary scenario, everyone's in the same room. There's one microphone, one beat, and that is it. It's just one after the other, and I wouldn't even necessarily put a time on how long they can be. It's how long you wanna be there for. How hungry are you? And so that will come into play, sure. Especially with certain other artists. But yeah, I mean, Cogs. I was gonna throw Cogs in because he's way more seasoned than Greasy is. You know, he's been about for way longer and whatnot. And I'm sure Cogs is still hungry. I mean, he did the rap battle with Dundee not too long ago. You know, I'm sure he would still be hungry for something like this and still be up for the challenge. The only reason I didn't put him in was because I don't think I've heard him on grime.
Yeah, I think he might have had some like sort of double-timed hip-hop beats.
Okay.
That you could sort of just spit the same sort of stuff out. Like, because in Australia, I'm sure you know, like a lot of what you'd call grime is just trap over a grime beat. So, cause I know there's a lot of people, especially from down south, who aren't really fond of the people who call themselves grime artists when they're just spitting trap over grime. Yeah. But that's another debate anyway.
Yeah, that I mean, and it's somebody mentioned this to me when I asked them to do it. The reason they said they don't want to do it is because of the whole grime aspect of it. They said, but here, you know, it's boom bap and gutter rap and it's different. And that's what I understand. I do understand the culture.
There's heaps of subgenres. There's hip hop and then there's double time. That's what I really call it over here. In the double time, you've got the grime and the people who are strictly grime. Then you've got the versatile people like Nerve and all that who go into grime, trap, sort of. Yeah.
I mean, and it's the reason why I put Complete in my list, because I'm not sure if I've heard him on grime, but I know he can do that double time. I know he has those fast flows, and I'm sure he would be relatively comfortable on grime. On a 140.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said Draft as well, because he's a seasoned vet from Perth, and I know that I reckon if you threw a double time in front of him, he'd be able to go ham on it.
Yeah. So yours was Complete, Shadow, and Cogs. All right, and mine's Complete, Shadow, and Greasy. But yeah, shout out Cogs, man. Definitely an honourable mention in my one. All right, let's go Melbourne.
Oh, yep. All right.
So this is where, so I'm going to go first here. For me, it was relatively easy to do. Okay, Alex Jones.
For me, it was Melbourne was my hardest. Yeah, Alex Jones,
Sunner.
Sunner's from Sydney.
Oh shit, is he?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
He lives. I think he might live in Melbourne, or he's lived in Melbourne, but he's a Sydney boy. He's from Blacktown, I think.
That noises it up a little bit. Okay. Then I had Fracture.
Yeah.
And now, you know what? I'm going to be a bit brave when I do this one now. I'm going to be real brave now.
Alright.
I'm going to say Retainer.
Boom. Yeah, he was in my notable mentions. Fucking oath.
Retainer, because I have heard him do both, so it was kind of a safe pick for that reason. I know he's been able to hold his weight with Wombats and Nerves, and I know he can do rap as well. So I was just, I feel like that was a safe pick to make. But yeah, okay.
See, with me, my Melbourne's super tough. There's two that are concreted for me, and then I cannot physically give the third a.
We're getting an answer, right? Go on. Who's your two that's concrete solid?
So Alex Jones and Bigfoot. So Bigfoot's a veteran of the scene. He's done double time. He's a killer of boom bap, and the real ones will know Bigfoot's a king. And then in third, I had Morns, Dime, and then like the rest of the Smash Brothers. I couldn't really put it down to one man because they're all so different. See, like that's the thing.
Okay, so wait, I had Dime. I thought Dime was from Brisbane.
No, Dime's originally from Canberra, I'm pretty sure, but he's a Melbourne local.
Right. Okay, so he's Melbourne. All right, so that changes. Shit. Because I might be tempted to throw in Dime then instead of Retainer. I mean, I know Dime could do grime.
Dime can do grime, fucking oath. He's a boss, man. He's like, even Alex Jones will tell you Dime's best in the country. But Dime he used to rap as Reese, so that's why he says like RHYS Dime, and he was on like Brad Strutt from Lyrical Commission's album years and years ago, and he can fucking kill boom bap, and he's got his bars, like his punchlines, they're not like your typical punchlines that are like sort of like pop culture or anything like that. He's got really intricate layered punchlines.
Yeah, he's good with the double entendres and double and triple meanings. He's very good with that.
And at the same time, Morns, I don't know if you've heard of Morns, but Morns is just, he's sort of like how like him and Billy Bunks and Wombat, they all chuck heaps of Australian slang that not the typical person would remember, and then when they hear their songs, they're just like, holy shit. And like, yeah, Morns' steez is just so clean, man, and it's just funky as fuck. So like, he always, like, even on those Goonbag ciphers back in the day, like Boom Shakalaka, the Goonbag rapper, fucking Morns is dope, bro.
All right. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a little bit more tricky because I've done most of this off the top of my head. I have researched one or two to see where they were from, and again, that's some Wikipedia shit. You know, I don't even know if it's correct like that. I think maybe
you got me to tell you anyway.
Yeah. So it might be noising up a bit on my list here, but I can already tell there's gonna be some people, you don't know shit about our scene. Look, it's purely fun and speculation,
and see, at the same time, there are some people on here, like as I said, Dime, I'm pretty sure is originally from Canberra, but he lives in Melbourne. Whereas like there's other people that I'll probably end up mentioning in the next couple of minutes that you would say are from that area, but they're like from coast just up from it. So it's like they're not actually from the capital city, but they may as well be.
Yeah, I mean we're not talking necessarily about where they were born. It's more so where they grew up and represented, kind of thing. When people were talking about the UK and the London one in specific, there's people from northwest London, and they were like, well, they can't go into north and they can't go into west, so we need their own northwest one. And then there's people that live central. Where do they go? And it's
that's what I mean. That's like it's like Newcastle here. Like Newcastle's probably closest to Sydney, but if I tried to put Newcastle rappers in the Sydney category, that all go up in flames, because I know Newcastle are very patriotic of being just Newy and not being merged in with Sydney.
Okay, well, you know what? We'll go to Sydney because I've got a lot of names under Sydney, and again, I have a feeling that there's going to be one or two that are going to turn out to be from a different area or something.
From New
Sydney.
Zealand.
Now, Sydney was probably my toughest one.
Yeah, same.
Sydney was my toughest one. I had one that had to go in there, and then literally there's about 6 names that I could easily throw in there and not be mad at. So Chillin' It had to be in there. I think that is an easy pick for everyone to make, for the simple fact of he's able to do both. He's established that. Then this is where it gets tricky for me, because there's certain artists that are so specialized in one side of it, and I don't know if they can do the other, specifically rap, for sure. And I'm not sure if they can do grime. So let me go through my 6, and then I might decide, because it's still up in the air. I've got Mitchos, Husky, Forte.
Yeah, see, Husky's from Wollongong, but I've put him in the Sydney category.
Right. So, Menace, Husky, Forte, Ropes one.
Rops.
Sorry. I keep doing that. Rops, Talakai.
Yeah.
And Cursor.
Yeah, Talakai's from Newcastle.
See, that's where it gets.
That's why. Yeah.
Should we just do the border of Sydney crew? That'll make it easier. We'll just make one.
We'll call it the New South Wales. Because that's the state.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then Cursor to finish off, and so it's like. Like Cursor, how could you leave Cursor out of your top 3? But then I'm like, I'm sure he's done grime at some point, but when I was researching, I couldn't find anything. Maybe it's just not on YouTube or anything, or...
I sent you a couple links, I think, a couple months ago of like, I think it was from one of Fracture's mixtapes, and it was like a big roll call of like UK dudes, like the Smash Brothers, some Aussie dudes, and Cursor all on like a grime beat. And then Cursor reused that verse for his Nebulizer album.
Right. I mean,
so my...
Yeah, go on. What's yours? What's yours? And I'll come back to mine.
My top 3 is Cursor, Husky, and Hazard.
Oh shit, has. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit.
You can't leave Hazard out. He's making waves at the moment,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
And then my notable mentions are Rates, JD, Forte, Menace, Son of Sam, and then Rops as well.
Oh yeah, shit.
And then
Son
shout
is
outs to
from
1-4 as well.
Yeah, 1-4 as well.
1-4 have been. I don't think they've done any boom bap. I think they've just been doing their drill tip, but they're fucking dope, man.
Yeah,
and they're making a big wave at the moment as well.
Yeah, I mean, shout out 1-4. I mean, and then you've reminded me that Son is from Sydney. So then if you throw Sonner in the mix now, I mean,
yes. See, like Son is like he's fucking dope, man. But I just like I think Hazard just for his recent endeavors, bro, and just how like a track came out today of like a big posse of like all the posse shop boys, Alex Jones and all that on SoundCloud today, and Hazard came in and fuck, he was just riding the beat so smooth, dude, and like that's what I think he's perfected his sort of delivery in the last year, but like his stuff's been around for a minute. Like I remember seeing that Cone Piece disc or whatever it's called years ago with the famous line in it.
What's the famous line?
Yeah, man. What is it like? Cut your skin like banana, like you know that one. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so I've got to make a top three. I've got to make a top three. Right, I'm gonna go at. I mean, it's so difficult.
See, I didn't put Chillin' It in there at all. I don't.
He's not put
like,
Chill in there.
That no way. I already put Alex Jones in there, and that's pretty much the godfather of what Chillin' It is. But Cursor, number one for sure. Like, man, back in the day, even recently, he still does his double time stuff, and he could easily go over a grind beat, and his boom bap's well ahead of a lot of other people. He's been chilling out recently, but he's still hitting number one on everything. And back in the day, like I know a lot of people say now, they're like, oh yeah, man, like I haven't really heard many heavy punchlines from Cursor in the last couple of years. But man, he's got fucking 4 albums and bloody 2 mixtapes of that shit from years ago. So it's like, you always got to put him number one. Husky, man, his boom bap's fucking sick as well, and his double time, and like I'm sure.
I mean, Husky's done Graham. Husky was on the second 50-50 Graham cipher.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean. I had to research that. I had to remind myself that Husky could do Graham, and that's the reason why I've thrown it in there, because he wasn't at first, because I was like, oh, Husky can rap, but can he do Graham? And then I was like, let me search it real quick, and then I'm like, shit, he does have some Graham content, and he sounds comfortable. Here's the thing, there's people that have spit over Graham beats, but are you really comfortable with it like that? And
yeah, dude, but like Husky, man, like his lyrics and just like you can tell it's just his lyrics are super tailor made to like him, and you know that's him. Like if someone like on a game show, but he could be a millionaire, and they read out a line from one of Husky's songs and said which Australian artist wrote this line, you didn't even have to put it in his voice or have a beat behind it. You know what's Husky's like. He's just very prominent.
He's very original and unique. You know, I'm gonna bring out a big word here. He's very quintessential of himself. But yeah, he's very.
Me no comprehende. Me no know what that mean.
He's very original to himself.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, he definitely.
I can't put Chillin' It in my top 3 at all.
But why? Why can't you put Chill in your top 3, man?
We'll spill the tea another time, brother. I just don't like his music.
There's gonna be some people that are upset about hearing that though. Like they're gonna
have a cry. Go smoke some weed and have a cry if you don't like me saying Chillin', it's not in my top 3.
so they just get to at you then, and that's that.
Oh, they can at me at @RiverCity_ on Instagram. Come have a chat.
Shit then. All right. Well, all right. So Chillin' It is in mine. I'm gonna put Chillin' It.
Oh, I can see why he's in yours. Like, I could see why people like him, but he's just not my cup of tea. I think it's just very.
It's just not one of the picks you would make.
Yeah, no way. That's why we're both having a discussion about it. If we had the same list, it'd be a boring chat.
Is that for personal reasons, or is that for musical reasons? Like, is it because of his ability? You doubt whether he could do both, or is that because of
a bit of both, bit of personal stuff and a bit of musical stuff? Like, I just think he's a big biter. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, as I said, there's other people on the list who are doing the stuff that he's doing well before, so doesn't deserve to be in my top 3.
Harsh. I'm gonna go with Chillin' It. I'm gonna go with Husky, and I'm gonna go with Mitchos. Fuck it. I'm gonna go with Mitchos. Yeah. Chillin' It, Husky, Mitchos.
Yeah, it's dope.
But I mean, it's difficult. Dope, I mean, if I could literally do a B team and have Talakai, Cursor, and Forte, and I just wouldn't be mad at that.
Talakai is dope as well. I just didn't really put him on the Sydney thing because he's from Newcastle. But Talakai is fucking dope.
Well, that will be my excuse why he's not in the top 3 then, because Talakai has evenly done both and has done a fucking great job at both. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, and I guess you could argue that he would be hungry for it as well. You know, being one of the younger ones, he'd be hungry for it. So arguably, he could deliver better than some of these others.
Yeah, dude, Talakai is fucking one of the hungriest rappers in Australia right now. He's grinding, bro.
Yeah, as you said, he's been around for a minute as well, and he's young. He's only 21, and he's been...
he's older than that. He's well older than that.
Pretty
sure Talakai's 24, I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was... I don't know. But
I'm 22 and Talakai is older than me.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's our Sydney. So let's go Let's go Brisbane.
My hometown.
Hometown. So all right, since it's your hometown, who you got?
Oh, dude. All right. So for number 1, I've got Scrub.
Mm-hmm.
For number 2, I've got Nerve.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh fuck, dude! See, this is so
You're the same as me. You're the same as me. Just to be clear, I've got Nerve and Scrub as my easy top 2s, easily, yes. And then it's third where I get a bit.
See, this is where it's hard because it's my hometown, and I know that there's these boom bap spitters like the 750 Rebels that have just been doing it for that long, and like everybody just bows down and gets on their fucking knees hailing them when they fucking spit over boom bap, but I know Lazy Grey and Jake Beers could definitely not spit over grime, and I don't think they ever would want to.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then there's like Kings Connected, Verbil, L-Flows, all these dope spitters who are just mad boom bap. But, oh, dude. All right. I'm going to have to say Mesk.
Mesk. Shout out Mesk, man. He's so dope.
Yeah, fucking nice.
So fucking dope. Another one similar to Husky in terms of he has such an original style. Like, it's
for sure,
so
man. And
unique.
He can freestyle.
Yeah, man.
Like, man, if me and Mesk fucking drank a 6-pack of drinks and then had a bit of something, we could sit back and freestyle for an hour straight and not run out of shit. He's fucking dope like that, man. Like, I would not be surprised if most of his writtens are freestyles just off the top when he's been fucked up. Like, he's very, very true to the craft, man. But, like, yeah, dude, he can kill the grime, he can kill the double time, the fucking boom bap. He's done that. He's known for it. And it's funny that the top 3 is Nerve, Scrub, and Mesk because they're all fucking boys and they all came up together. Like, Scrub's originally from Muswellbrook down in New South Wales, but moved up here because he met Nerve and Mesk and all those boys like Spectre over SoundCloud, I think it was, and Facebook and shit. And they all moved up and fucking grinded all together. They've all sort of gone their separate ways now. Like, Scrub's doing his own thing, Nerve's killing it, doing his own thing. Mesk is doing his own thing as well, fucking making music. All of them are, but yeah.
Yeah, man. That is it's a dope little network that they've got there.
Honorable mention to Smack as well. Smack's fucking dope. Yeah. He's super underrated. Super underrated.
Yeah. And that's who my third pick is. So I've got Nerve, Scrub, and then I've thrown Smack in there. Honestly, I've just...
Oh, really?
I mean, Smack, for me, he did the freestyle recently with Nerve and Scrub. And I just feel like he'd be real comfortable doing grime as well. I mean, I know he can rap.
He is comfortable, man. He's a fucking G. Smack's one of the funniest cunts I know. He's good.
Yeah, man. I mean, Brisbane was tough because there's so many dope people like
if you had to pick number 1 in Brisbane. If you had to pick number 1 in Brizzy. Nerve.
But I mean, I almost feel like I'm disrespecting Scrub within saying that as well.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
it's a bit biased for me. Like I'm a lot better friends with Scrub than I am with Nerve. Like, I've been good mates with Nerve for a while, but like, yeah, man, I think Scrub easily on the boom bat, but then on the grime, I know Scrub's double time is fucking impeccable at the moment. Like I've just filmed 2 video clips for him this week, and one of them's a double time, and holy shit, man! But like Nerve is just effortlessly, but I think his bars don't hold the weight that Scrubs do.
I mean, okay, so when you say like boom bap, yeah, agreed. Scrub will murder him all day long. I just feel like Nerve has just more to his game in terms of the producing and then the grime and then I feel like Nerve has more.
Nerve produces, like Scrub produces, like my favorite beat that I've ever rapped on is a Scrub beat. But like what's it called? Fucking the problem with Scrub is he hasn't had a release since June 7th, which was Scumbag. Other than the Code Red with Smack.
Yeah.
He hasn't had stuff for a year. And the thing is with me being his best mate, I've seen all of his tracks that he's got stacked up that a lot of people haven't, and like in the next couple of months they're all gonna fucking roll out. Like within the next week a new track's gonna be rolling out. But like man, it's just I don't know, I feel like I've got like the cards under the table nobody else can see, so that's why it's a bit different for me to say it. But I can easily see what you mean, like especially after the Bars of Steel Nerve just dropped, man.
And that's what I'm saying, Nerve's active right now and has been dropping things, but I was gonna say exactly what you just said.
Nerve's
you know
Nerve's a powerhouse, bro.
Oh, of course. I mean, you know what Scrub's got coming. And I mean, at the end of the day, our best stuff is the stuff that's not released yet because it's the most up-to-date. It's the newest and best version of an artist, you know? My best shit that I've got is shit that isn't released yet, you know? So I can understand, any artist can understand that.
Yeah, they say that in graffiti, man. Like, there's a lot of people who say, oh, yeah, I'm a burner and all that. And, like, the motto is you're only as good as your last piece. So it's like, if your last piece of graffiti you did was shit, then you're fucking shit. Like, your last track was shit, then you're known as shit. You're only as good as your last song, man.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, Scrub's last song, Scumbag, was fucking dope as fuck.
I'm on my scumbag shit. Drunk want to puff that spliff.
Growing up, I learned to break rules, get fucked up.
Fucked up, that's it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to do that at Cursor in 2 weeks, man. He's opening for Cursor and Brisbane, man, and fuck, I cannot wait to be fucking screaming that out. That's going to be nuts.
Dope, man. That's fucking dope. So we've done Sydney, we've done Brisbane, Melbourne,
Tassie.
Perth, Tas. For me, it wasn't too difficult, but maybe that's my ignorance of not knowing that many people from Tas. So,
fuck no, it wasn't difficult for me, but at the same time, I still have honourable mentions just because I'd feel rude not to shout some people out.
Okay. I've got Wombat. I think that's just for me. That was the easy pick. I've got Greeley. Shout out Grills. I'm sure Grills is coming out soon, from what I've heard.
Yeah, he gets out in 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure.
There we go.
The end of May.
Sick. Shout out Greeley, man. Dope fucking artist and just really humble person. Really nice guy.
King of Taz.
Yeah, helps a lot of people, and if it weren't for people like Greeley, you wouldn't have people like Wombat either.
Fuck no.
So yeah, shout out Greeley 110%.
Who's
my
number
third?
3?
I'm gonna go with Dundee, but I don't know. I don't know when it comes to grime. That was the only problem.
You want to know something? My list is exactly the same. I've got Greeley, Wombat, and Dundee.
Yeah, Dundee. I mean, Dundee's dope as fuck. I mean, I feel like Dundee's at a place at the moment, judging off of his last few releases, where he knows what he wants to do. He's kind of got his style, and he knows exactly what he wants to deliver. When I was trying to find grime shit, I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, see, like he's like one of those people that I was talking about before. I'm sure if he threw a double time in front of him, he'd be fucking sweet with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's done plenty of battle rap as well, so I feel like if you did throw him in the deep end, he'd be comfortable enough to adapt and be able to deliver, and that's the reason
his battling has fucking progressed so hard. Like he's like, everybody will tell you he's top 3 battle rappers from Australia right now. And he's been doing it for ages, but like you look back 10 years ago, there's people like Cursor absolutely murdering him on stage in the battles and stuff. Like, and now he wouldn't even let that happen.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it'd be a whole different ball game now. Agreed. Yep.
Yeah. My notable mentions are Flyless Scene, Luna, and Butter D.
Yes. Butter D's dope, man.
Flyless Scene and Wombat, they were like the what Nerve and not Nerve. Well, yeah, Nerve and Wombat chilling it. Like Wombat used to rap with Flylacine. Like they came up, and Flylacine was at the start of that last
The
Wombat
clip,
zombie
yeah.
clip.
I called him Fly Cane by accident, yeah.
Fly Cane. That sounds like something you cut cocaine with.
Oh no, I apologize.
Flylacine is a Tasmanian tiger.
Right.
Yeah, Thylacine is, but he's called himself Flylacine because I'm assuming because he's flyer. But yeah, little bit of history, interesting facts for you. The Thylacine is extinct, Chazza.
Oh shit, son, we're on some
gone.
David Attenborough shit.
He's Planet Earth. He's the last one left spitting bars, son.
Shout out, man. I need to check him out. To be fair, I don't think I've heard anything from him.
Yeah, he's on the Grime Down Under volume 2 tape that Fracture put out.
Oh, so I probably have heard him then.
Probably.
In that case, I need to check more out.
He's pretty steezy. And then I'll just throw it in. I know you probably haven't put it down, but I put Adelaide just because it's another major capital city over here. But I put Hilltop Hoods, Chase, and Simplex from Adelaide.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Hilltop Hoods. Would Hilltop Hoods be able to do grime?
Dude, it's the fucking hoods, man. It's like yeah, for sure, man. If they're fucking seasoned vets, that's their fucking job, man. If you put a fucking 200 BPM fucking beat in front of them, I'm sure they'd manage to rap over it. It's the Hilltop Hoods.
So you're putting faith in their ability. You're putting faith in how much experience
I'm putting faith in their ability as much as I haven't liked their 5 years. I still think they've earned their spot. They're the fucking
Yeah, no, shout out Hilltop Hoods all day long. I mean,
and Shadow just got put on as their support act for their national tour, which is fucking massive, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking massive. They're playing like Rod Laver Arena, fucking River Stage, man. That's where the big festivals play, dude. Like, holy shit!
I was about to say they're doing festival numbers, aren't they? They can do big numbers.
That's the thing. I wouldn't even call them the best rappers in Australia, man. But they're definitely the biggest, just because Nosebleed section. Like you couldn't really compare Hilltop Hoods to people like Cursor and 360 and stuff. All those people who have been doing big numbers, just because Hilltop Hoods are just they're almost like the AC/DC of hip hop from here, man. Like everybody knows who the Hilltop Hoods is. Like they've been playing festivals in UK for years, America. Like Nosebleed sections, like one of the top 100 songs of all time when it comes to, like, if you go to a nightclub, no matter where you are, that song will probably get played once or twice.
Yeah, man. I mean, shout out to Hilltop Hoods once again. They're dope as fuck, man. Like, they really are. Sure. And I think the reason they're so big is because they can hit that commercial market as well. They can hit that kind of mainstream sound. They have hit that commercial market, they hit that mainstream sound. But they don't... It doesn't feel like they have a real element to them. I'm trying to get my words out now. If you was to put them in a room with real lyricists, they'd get dead. They wouldn't. If I put the top 10 biggest names in Australian hip hop in one room, Hilltop Hoods would be at the very bottom of it when it came to lyricists and spitting bars. Yep. No, in Adelaide, like there's. Like, I'm not going to diss Adelaide or anything, but, like, I had to sort of, like, think other than Simplex and Chase, who I knew. I was like, fuck, who else is from Adelaide? And I was like, oh, yeah, Hilltop Hoods, K21, like, all those dope Golden Era boys. But, like, I haven't really gotten too much into the Golden Era sort of shit when it comes to, like, listening to their music. I know Trials and Sesta and all those boys, like, Fun Cores, are all dope producers. They make fucking sick beats. And I know All Day's originally from Adelaide, but All Day's a fucking faggot. So I'm not going to put him in there. Shit, son. What's the beef with All Day? What's that about?
What's the beef with All Day? Fuck, man. That's not even a question, bro. Come on, man. I would say choke on some dicks to All Day, but he'd probably enjoy it. So, All Day.
Well, is it personal to you or what?
Everybody hates All Day. He's a fucking loser. Like he's a best way to describe sort of pink V-necks, long hair. He sort of looks like if Jesus was born in 2001 and grew up with vegan parents. I'm sure it would amount to something similar to All Day, but like All Day, like I think he moved over to Los Angeles or something to try and pursue a fucking who knows, but he sucks. I fucking hate All Day. I think everybody does. And like I know I'm not going to get any backlash from saying that. Like if anybody's still listening, go comment down below. I agree. All Day is a fucking fag.
These are the words of Kreznik / River City. These are not. These are not the views and representations of IAmChazza.
Oh no, I'm not saying fag in like a homophobic way. I'm just saying like fag as in he's a fag.
Yeah, as in you're basically just saying fuck him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's straight. Like 100%. No, actually that's a lie. I'm not 100% sure, but fairly sure he's straight. He's just a fag. But anyway.
Shit.
Off All Day.
Well, moving on from that. So you are you gonna then turn around and say what what you think the best city would be? Who would be the winner of this cipher? So they're cipher. They're going back to back. We'll go one city at a time. So like the top 3 from Sydney go back to back to back.
Okay.
Then Brisbane, then Melbourne, then Perth, then Tasman, then Adelaide, and then at the end of it,
let's just say it was a round robin. Remember that Hunger Games thing that you did? It had me and Scrub, and my picture was a shit emoji. Yeah. Okay, so I reckon the first. Okay, we'll knock Adelaide out just because they're the bench warmers. I think.
Right.
They're so it'd be
they were participating.
Tassie and Perth would be the first ones out, and then I think Sydney would have to be the next to go. Like, I know that's a hard thing to say because they've got some fucking heavy hitters, but I think in the grand final it'd be between Melbourne and Brisbane, and I think Melbourne would just edge it, just with the diversity. But I think it'd be a fucking very, very tough back-to-back spit. But yeah, I think Melbourne would just edge it.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got some dope people in both. I mean, Alex Jones would be.
Alex Jones is just carrying the whole team, man. Like, not saying he's carrying everybody back. Fuck no, they're all fucking dope spitters. But Alex Jones is, he's fucking Dr. Flea, dude. That's a fucking G, man. He's the best spitter in the country, in my opinion, man.
Right, I didn't plan to do this, but I'm gonna flip something on its head now. What if you was to do, and it has to be, what if you was to do a top 5 in Australia to do this? So let's say it was Oz versus the UK.
Shit.
The UK versus Oz. You've got to pick 5 man to be in a battle, right? And it's
from UK,
exactly the same rules. We'll do the Oz one first, right? If I was the manager of the UK and you was manager of Oz, who's your 5 from Oz that you're picking to go head to head with
Alex Jones?
We're going Dons from the UK now.
Yeah, Alex Jones.
Easy pick.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Nerve.
Yeah.
Fuck, how many have I said?
You said 4. You've said.
Have I?
Wait. You've said Alex Jones, Shadow,
Alex
Nerve.
Jones.
Yeah.
Shadow, Nerve. That's 3. Wombat and Scrub.
Oh man, there's so many left out after that as well. But I can't be mad at that.
But I've got to weigh out. Me's the manager of Australia, brother. Right now, I've got to manage out the fucking grime side, the double time side, and the hip-hop side.
So you right. So Alex Jones easily can do both. Shadow definitely better at grime, but could easily do rap as well. Nerve,
sure, man.
Nerve comfy in both. Scrub,
and Nerve's got good send bars as well. And then
Scrub, I mean, it's not so much a clash. That would be different if it was a clash versus a cipher, because a cipher it's all about you as an individual, whereas a clash it is kind of dissing the other person.
I'm not talking about fucking. We won't say it's a clash or anything or a battle. I'm like, if it was a cipher, and it was Flea, like Alex Jones, Nerve, Scrub, Shadow, and Wombat. Yeah, that's the 5. Now, what's your 5? I've got
alright, so let me do my Oz 5. Alex Jones, Shadow, Nerve. So far we've agreed.
Mm.
Wombat.
Mm.
And instead of scrub, I am gonna go chill.
I've completely forgot about that, dude. Yeah, I can.
But I know your boy's the scrub, and I know you understand what he's got coming as well. I
sure.
can't.
I understand. I understand the chill thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like chill. He's smooth. He's got the delivery and the fucking. I wouldn't say the wordplay. It's a bit first grade, but fucking.
No, you have to say chill as wordplay.
Yeah, but oh man.
Okay. The only thing I could say.
I dig it. Sandpit. Yeah, I'm red like an apple. Yeah. Billie Jean, Michael Jackson.
Nah, he's got more layered bars than that. He does have more layered bars than that.
I think it's just all corny pop culture. But Scrubs got the delivery that as well. He's smooth as fuck.
That is true.
I think I feel like the thing is with chilling it. I'm sure his next album's going to be a whole lot better than Women, Weed, and Wordplay. But fucking, I just feel like it's just like. When you overlook the delivery and all that sort of shit, like when you actually think about his puff and weed like rugby league makes no sense. I think his wordplay is just so filled with pop culture references that people just go, yeah, it's dope, man. I get it. Yeah, like Basement Jacks, where's your... Like, nah, it's just... You could literally get any song by any artist and then say that song name and then say the artist name at the end of the bar like a punchline. It just... And all the sporting bars that he's done, Dr. Flea did that like 5 years ago. But I just think he's not a good representative of what hip-hop and all that is from over here. Because he's just, as I said, he's just polished off the best of everybody's style and put it into his. Whereas there's more pure forms of what he's spitting in other people. And that top 5 that I wrote with Alex Jones, Nerve, Scrub, Wombat, and Shadow, they've all got what Chill's got. But Chill's just he's just taken bits of everything and put it into his own thing. He's not that unique in my opinion at all.
I mean, okay, so going back to what you're saying about the bars that he creates, I think I can see your point of view on definitely in terms of his lyrical content. I can understand where you're coming from there.
He's just doing intricate kindergarten rhymes, so everybody understands.
But now that's where I'll say there's a strength in some ways. His strength is he's able to create moments. The reason his One Breath, One Take got so big, in my opinion, is because he created multiple moments. So when he is at a show, yes, I understand. It is quite simple to understand, but that's the whole point.
Oh, yeah,
people who aren't lyrical heads and don't understand rap and listen to it as much as you or me or other people, everyone's able to get it. So when you do show it to your girlfriend, when you do show it to your auntie, and they hear it, they understand and they're like,
oh, Raindrop, Drop Top, yeah, I get it, Cardi B, Offset, yeah, woohoo. Yeah,
but it creates moments. And when he's at the shows, people know how to spit that line back. Is he
for sure,
he sometimes creating the more simple punchlines on purpose for people to get?
100%. But I think, yeah, dude, like, I don't know, I'm a bit more old school and sophisticated with what I like in rap and all hip hop as a whole. I just don't think, he doesn't tick all the boxes for me, man. He did, he used to, but I think around this time last year I think it's a lot of people, when you get the popularity, that's when you see a lot of content change for artists, and a lot of people have kept the same, done all that, but I think he's just a influencer, like a Instagram influencer who knows how to rap, and it's smart because he's won over a lot of people, but at the same time, the real heads know what a good rapper is and what isn't. But anyway, that's the thing for next time.
I mean, okay, all I will touch on that is, like, I'm going to take a UK example here, Krept and Conan. Krept and Conan, they have done freestyles where they can bar the fuck out to the point where
Yeah,
I was listening to one freestyle, and 4 months down the line, I've listened to this freestyle most days of the week at least once. 4 months down the line, I've only just clocked what bar what they've just referenced, or what they've done with the play on words, or like quadruple entendres, like triple and quad meanings.
I do that with Alex Jones, man. Like, man, I've been listening to Alex Jones since he was Dr. Flea for like a good fucking 8 or whatever years, and there's tracks even from when he was fucking a teenager that I'm listening to going, holy fuck, I just got that went over my head, and I've listened to this track 100 times. Like, I get what you mean, and it's crazy. Like, you get a mad feeling fucking hear that shit too. Like, you'll hear it and you'll be in a different headspace to where you listened to it before, or like doing something different, so you notice it differently. And then you just get that brain fart and clock on. It's just fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love. That's why I am a lyrical head, in terms of I love bars and punchlines and things like that. See, when it's not forced, I love it when it comes naturally and it fits in with the theme of what you're talking about.
See, that's why I don't really like Chill's music, because I feel like he's forcing it too much. I feel like he gets up, like fucking a news site, or like a fucking a pop culture website or some shit, and just scrolls through all day just looking for a fucking pop culture reference that he can just, like, I don't know, I feel like he forces it too much. Like, back in the day when he was rapping, starting off with like Body Bag Media and all that, it was sort of like fucking the punchlines were, oh shit, but I feel like now he's just trying to squeeze them out his ass, and he's got nothing else in his fucking bowels but gas. He's not shitting anymore, he's just farting. Like,
but could you say that he's trying to hit a different market?
Yeah, but I don't know, at the same time, he's still super underground, man. A lot of people think he's a whole lot more bigger than what he is. Like, I feel like he's just super smart with the way he runs his socials and all that. Like, he didn't even have time last year, but as I said, he runs it like he's a proper influencer, bro. Like a fucking, like, you get what I mean? Like, the way.
Yeah, I mean, I can't hate on it. At the end of the day, he knows how to market himself. He knows how to carry himself, and he knows how to grow online. He has more than just one avenue, which isn't just going to be his YouTube channel. You know, as you said.
He knows the laws of attraction, man. But at the same time, people notice when you switch up and when you change, man. And I feel like he went from being like, this time last year, he was doing tours up to Greesy in a family Kia Carnival van. Them all driving up, and then literally like 2 months or fucking 4-6 months later, they've sold out an 800 person venue at the Triffid for the Get Bodied festival. And that shit all happened so quickly. And like, a lot of new fans came into the Oz hip hop scene, and like, I've seen it all over Facebook, just memes and all that, of everybody just thinks Aussie hip hop is chilling it, and that's why I just think it's, I don't know, he's given the wrong idea for what the scene is, and everybody thinks that mainstream sound that he's going for is what the underground hip hop here is, and I don't fuck with that at all, because it's not all pop culture references and fucking smoking weed hip hop, man. So
yeah, I mean, I can understand. Obviously, you want.
Anyway, before we get too distracted with my shit talk, let's fucking do the thing that we were saying. So the top five, you replace Scrub with Chill.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just say the top. Well, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Regardless.
So no, that's our list. So ultimately, you was in charge of Oz, so that's who you would go with. If I was to do UK now, I'm gonna have to do this quickly off the top of my head now. So I apologize if I miss out some people. Wait, I might need to write this down as I go. Skepta is the first one in all day long. Skepta has to be there. Grime rap.
Skeppy.
Easily. There's no two ways about that. I'm gonna go with Chip.
Fuck no.
Another North London artist who can do grime and rap. He could do everything. Like, Chip can do everything. I would arguably say the most versatile artist the UK has. Am I doing London or am I doing the UK?
UK.
Lady Leisha, all day long. She's from Brum. I don't care. I'm not throwing it in there.
Did you say Brum?
From Brum, Birmingham.
Bium?
Yep.
Is that what the place is called?
No, it's called Birmingham, but it's known as Brum.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Brum. That's like a kids' TV show.
Yeah, that was an old cartoon with a little yellow car or something.
Yeah, Brum, here he comes.
Oh, shit, I don't remember that far back, but yeah, Lady Leisha, I'm not throwing her in there for female diversity or anything. Like, honestly, she is dope as fuck, and anyone who was to get into a beef with her, you're getting slapped. Like, honestly, she could have lyrical warfare with the likes of someone like Skepta, and I promise you, she could hold her own. I promise you from the bottom of my heart, Lady Leisha is dope as fuck. And both. She can do both as well. I mean, when it comes to grime, kind of she's in a similar boat of she can do the double time rap. And I've heard her do grime before, so I know she'd be comfy with it as well. Stormzy, it's a bit of a mainstream pick, but I just know he can do both. I know he would just easily be able to do both and be comfortable. And as much as people can hate on Stormzy, and again, he's changed, and at the end of the day, I know if you
would you compare Stormzy to Chillin' It?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't. But there's a big culture difference, and there's a big difference in what they're doing outside of music. Stormzy has a lot more going on outside of music. University foundations, going into the world of books, and then things around knife crime, and he has a deal with Adidas. What else? Movies, acting. Like, he's done a lot more. And Chill may get to that point at some point.
I think Chillin' It has a deal with Lowe's. But Lowe's is a
Stormzy's been about at a big level for a lot longer as well. Stormzy's touched a way bigger audience as well. So
for sure. I feel like Australia's just like very unheard of in the world of music, other than like AC.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the rap scene that we're talking about and referencing, it is in its early days still. It's still in its early days.
Like I think I've spoken to you about it before, but just like the accent thing, like people all over the world only just accepted the UK accent, around shutdown around when that came out. Mm-hmm. Like that's when I sort of noticed that.
That was like 20
mainstream
15 times.
Maybe?
2015 about then.
That's when because I never really started digging into any UK music until the last 2 years, but I noticed that over here in the mainstream sort of group of people that 2015 when Shutdown came out was around the time when we sort of accepted it. Whereas as I've said to you, over here, Australians can't even accept an Australian accent on music yet. So I don't know, we've still got plenty long way to go, but
I mean, that's an interesting point that you make there about Australians not accepting their own accent yet, because I'm still hearing plenty of rappers and artists that are spitting, and they sound more American than they do Australian.
For sure.
And some people, and when you I know comment section isn't everything, but you go down in the comment section and no one has said a single word about it, or even on social media, no one said a single word about it. And then there's other people that really do get the other side of the stick. They really get shit on for pronouncing a word in an American accent. And it's, you're not Australian, you don't represent Aussie culture, fuck you. And it's whoa, there's people that are way worse.
For you, we can, our accents, obviously, I'm sure it'd be a bit harder for you to distinguish, but, you can really tell what sounds Australian here. Whereas to you, you might think, that sounds a bit American, but when we hear it, we might still hear the Australian in it. But, there is a certain thing when it is super fucking obvious that they're doing an American accent, and they get fucking hated on, because it's we're trying to build our own sort of foundation, and when you're trying to be something you're not, it sort of just ruins it for everybody else who's doing it true to themselves. Mm-hmm. Where it's if you talk like this, you can't be rapping like this, man. What the fuck is that? Shut up.
I mean,
so
I'm sorry to bring Chill back, but and I'll use other artists as an example as well. But there's certain artists like Chill, like Alex Jones, like Shadow, that have great clarity. When you hear them spit from an international fan perspective, I can understand what they're saying very easily and very clearly. Yes. And I think that plays into how quickly they can build an international audience. Wombat is dope as fuck.
I thought Alex Jones and Scrub, to me, had the best clarity of speech.
Scrub definitely does. And who else did you just say?
Who did I say? Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Yeah. Alex Jones, great example as well of just, very clear when they spit their words. I can understand every single thing that they're saying, and that makes it easier for me to, remember their lyrics, understand what they're saying, which plays into
Chill's got a lot of clarity as well. Like, I think Curse has got a lot of clarity. Curse is
very good with that, very clear at, but he sounds very Australian, and he has a lot of Australia culture within his music, and I think that's why he's so loved. And I think
a very, very good example for that would be, I think Cursor got paid to do a feature on a track with like Manu Crooks and a bunch of like I've seen that track. Like the trap rappers.
Yeah.
And they're all the sort of dudes that get hate over, not Cursor, but like the dudes that other than like Pistol Pete and Enzo, like that they get love here, but fucking like Manu Crooks and all that, like, even though I'm pretty sure they're African descent or whatever, and they tend to usually have not the strongest Australian accent, but around there, it's just a lot of, you could tell Cursor was like the most Australian sounding out of that, but at the same time, I felt like his was well more clearer to hear than the auto-tune mumble that everybody else was doing.
And I mean, it's also down to how you deliver your lyrics as well. I mean, like, Wombat is dope as fuck, but it's taken me a minute to really wrap my head around what Wombat's saying.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, see, me, I listen to a fuckload of Skepta and Jamie, and I've been getting into a bit of drill recently, but like fucking, I only have just like clocked on to where it's like in the last like 6 months, I don't see the accent gap at all. I can understand everything he's saying, and I've sort of like learned the slang a bit.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. But with you, since part of your full-time job is reacting to Australian rappers, have you sort of like learned slang words, or like when like, I know even before you were saying like words like safe and sound and all that sort of shit. Whereas you wouldn't catch a lot of people saying that, but I know what it means because I've heard it through music. But have you sort of clocked on to like the use of the word cunt, fuck, all that sort of shit, and then I mean, okay, so I feel like I'm slowly, and I will say slowly because I don't know it all. I'm nowhere near. There's still plenty of things that people say, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't know this bar because you didn't understand this." Of course, that's gonna happen. But I feel like I'm slowly starting to understand more and more of Aussie culture through music. Dope. In terms I can
of
understand
the language
why
that you
would
use.
Be super hard to fucking understand.
Yeah.
If Wombat I was from a different country, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it even took a lot of us, like you clock his bars a bar after he said them because you're still trying to catch up because he's just a fucking machine gun with his shit. But anyway, we keep getting so distracted. All right. So, okay. Stormzy, Skepta, Lady Leisha.
Yeah, Stormzy, Skepta, Chip. Lady Leisha, Chip, and I'm gonna do, if I can have them as one act, Krept and Conan.
Yep.
If I'm only allowed to have one, I'm gonna go with Krept, but that's no disrespect to Conan. It's just because I've heard a little bit more of Krept.
I think I've heard that's who Wombat fucking really digs, Krept and Conan, I think.
Krept and Conan are dope as fuck. Anyone who don't know Krept and Conan, you're talking about lyrical content. Krept and Conan will go up there with the US legendary US artists. They will hold their weight lyrically with them.
That's what I think with a lot of Australians. Like, I know there's going to be a lot of people who go, like, I know heaps of Australians go, nah, Australians try hard compared to Americans. The guns down that the Americans have and got like the most like all the big celebrity rappers from America and brought them over here and had a fucking fist fight. Australia would drop the fuck out of half of those fools, dude. Like, they ain't shit without their guns, man. Half of them are bloody 40 kilos dripping wet. Like,
And then you got a big fucker like Spenyon Sid who come out and fucking start knocking
dude,
3 of them out at once.
Yeah, like people like Bigfoot who have size 15 shoes and cement mixes his fucking hands, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. And Forte, Forte, man.
Forte's a big fecker. Yeah, man. You got some big dons out here. Like,
yeah.
Like, Dime looks like he holds a bit of weight to him. Like,
bro, Dime looks like he's been chewing on bricks his whole life. He's a rough looking dude, bro. He's a fucking G.
Looking like Mortal Kombat fighters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, when it comes to rap, I understand when you're talking hood shit, when you're talking about shooting this one, stabbing that one, fucking this one up, especially when you go into drill, I can understand where people then need to back.
Can you imagine getting people like fucking ASAP Rocky, Travis Scott, Lil Pump, and throwing him into the 140?
Yeah, I mean, I get exactly what you're saying. It depends what market you're trying to hit, though. For example, like someone like a J. Cole, for example, doesn't go around saying that they're gonna smash this one up and fuck that one up. It would be unfair to throw someone like J. Cole into that mix. But yeah, if you're talking about someone like Lil Pump who talks their shit and says that they do this, I mean, then yeah.
Can you imagine if you put that little? Bro, I'm pretty sure he's like 5'7" or something, man. He's like 60 kilos. Like, yeah, man, it's crazy. But
I mean, I'm not the biggest fecker in the world. Most people would knock me the fuck out. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not out here saying that I'm gonna fuck this one up and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you might get lyrically, I'd do this to you, or on the mic, I would do this to you. But you've never heard me say physically, I'll fuck man up in a fist fight. It just doesn't happen. And so it depends on what kind of artist you are. Yeah, if you're an artist that walks around saying this shit, yeah, you've got to be able to keep that same energy in person. And in the UK, there's a big culture around that, especially with drill artists, catching this one lacking, or this one slipping on road. And it's like, yeah, big man, you caught someone by themselves with 20 man behind the camera holding knives to them, and then you've got them to say sorry in front of the camera. Like, there's a culture of this shit around here. I don't like it personally. But on the flip side, if you're going to talk your shit in your music, I can understand why they're wanting you to keep that same energy. I can understand.
And there's lots of dudes in Australia who a lot of people don't think they can hold it, but like, there's some bad men in the Aussie hip hop scene.
Kind of transitioning this into something different. Yesterday on a reaction, who was it? HP Boys. Have you heard of them?
No.
They just dropped a track called Blueprint. I reacted to it yesterday for the first time. They're alright. They're a rap group. They're not too bad, to be fair. Like, I kind of fucked with it. There was a few things that I picked out in terms of like flows and whatnot, but otherwise I kind of enjoyed it. But again, they had a fair amount of man in the video. Now, I've seen a live. Someone sent me a clip of an Instagram live from 1-4 filming for their new video. I'm seeing what? This is looking like a military battlefield. Like, the amount of people that they managed to have out for their videos is insane.
Is HP, it's a group
HP's
of
their area. Yeah, HP's their area. Trying to think of it off the top of my head now. Oh, fuck. I think they're from Sydney. I think they're from...
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I know who you talk about. Yeah, no, they don't.
But yeah, 1-4 get all of these man out for the video, and does it get shut down? Do they have to kind of set this up and then quickly do it before feds come, or are they kind of just allowed to do this shit? Because they were outside in the message video. They were outside. Was it Mount Druitt Court? Is that how you say it,
dude?
They're outside court.
Yeah, Mount Druitt Court. Dude, that's the thing, man. Like, there's some areas where like you could never, if you got a big group of people like 1-4 and put them in Fortitude Valley, which is like the main nightclub district in Brisbane,
right,
and got them doing that, there'd be 30 cop cars there. But I'm pretty sure in parts of Sydney, man, there's a lot of cops who just don't want to go to certain areas. And it sort of reminds me of that Skepta clip where you see them all crowded around that cop car.
Yeah.
And then it just speeding off.
Yeah, I mean, another example, Kreps and Conan did a track, Kreps and Conan did a track, Don't Waste My Time. And when they filmed the remix for that same, feds tried to shut it down, and they were literally just surrounding the car. And that was like 6-7 years ago. Now, there are so many video shoots that get shut down. I was trying to film for a video maybe 2 years back. There was probably about 10 of us. Wasn't a lot of us. And it's not even like everyone was hooded up and flares and all of this. No. Like, there was people in tracksuits with camera equipment and a little bit of lighting equipment. And honestly, they were like, no, we've got to split yous all up. You can't be here. And it's like, what? There's like 10 of us. And we try to play it off. It's for a university project. They weren't even allowing 10 of us to be grouped up. And that was in an area where it weren't near any high road. It was literally in an estate. It wasn't private property.
A bit different over here.
So, I mean, I just was wondering how much is police involved in terms of like the music. Obviously, I understand UK music is more prevalent here than Australia music is.
I know that there's a huge culture around the police shutting down stuff over in UK like that. It was like a certain legislation or something.
There was a certain form. I can't remember the number. There was a certain 3-digit number for 6-1 or 6.
I've seen it. But over here, man, like, the cops are sort of on top of it in a lot of areas, but then at the same time, they just know that if they're harassing certain groups, people, that they're just going to run amok and absolutely make the cops' job 10 times more harder. So I know that they would really rather not fucking shut down a big thing like a 1-4 music video. Like, I'm sure it might have got shut down. I'm not sure, but fucking,
I mean, I see police there, but I don't know if they were able to shut it down. I mean,
dude,
were they able to do anything when you've got 200 man ballied up and there's probably weapons there? You're not able to shut that down.
Unless you're swearing and fucking committing a public nuisance, they couldn't really tell you to move on, but they can't split you up. Like, I'm sure the cops would just like...
Well, I mean, things like the flares and whatnot, I'm sure that plays a factor in it. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I just assume, like, even when I've been out drinking with a fuckload of people up in my local area, the cops usually just come and just make sure you're not fucking committing crimes. If you're just around hanging out, they just tell you to fucking not do anything bad, man. But fucking... I'm sure it's a whole lot different out in Western Sydney than it is in fucking northwest of Brisbane, bro. So I couldn't really comment on it.
Yeah.
But fucking, man, the 1-4 videos, bro, it gets your fucking blood pumping when you see it, man, because you're getting all hyped up watching it like that. You can tell they fucking are hungry to do this shit, man.
Oh, the energy they have is insane, and the buzz they got around them, especially after this recent track, The Message. I reacted to it, I think, the day after it come out. I was onto it straight away, and then a week later, I'm looking at the views on that video was insane, and then I started noticing that there was a bunch of UK reactors like checking them out, a bunch of US reactors checking them out, and they got a lot of buzz from the reaction world through that track. I'm pretty
sure this UFC fighter called Bam Tuivasa.
He comments on their stuff.
I'm pretty sure he's going to walk out to that song, like his next fight.
I heard
something about that. But anyway, 15 minutes later, we need to get back to the point. UK versus Australia. I think I've heard Krypton Conan. I think Scrubs showed me a bit of that and was saying that Wombat is fucking a mad fan. And I've definitely heard of Skepta and Stormzy. You've never heard of Lady Leisha though, but I looked her up on Google and she does. I've heard Chip. Lady Alicia, she looks familiar. I'm pretty sure I might have seen like some fucking paparazzi.
Well, she had a very popular series in her Queen's Speech freestyles, and they were good they were good up to like number 4 for me personally. After that, again, she kind of pushed too much of a mainstream market after that. But then she had a recent beef with another female artist called Paigey Keiki. Now, it wasn't a direct beef. It was a lot of indirect shots. But everyone knew who it was about. And my God, ruined. Don't matter whether she was a male or female artist, ruined. So I encourage anyone in their spare time to go check her out. Honestly, if she had a beef with someone like Cardi B, slaughtered. Someone like the only people I could arguably say who have a chance holding their weight with her, if it was a clash, and now I am talking if it was a send, Nicki Minaj maybe? And Nicki Minaj and her are good friends. She was a support act for Nicki Minaj and brought her out on stage and everything, so that was a huge moment for her. If we're like really throwing it back, someone like a Missy Elliott might be able to, but I'm gonna have to name big names for them to be able to hold weight with her, because lyrically, flows, delivery, everything about Lady, she has everything about her game, and she can make commercial mainstream, and she can.
Let's get down to the nit and grit of it. How do you reckon it'd go down if it was those 5 versus?
I mean, if you was to go back to back, honestly, yeah, I reckon the UK would win. And there's going to be plenty of people that get annoyed about that. I say it for this reason. The UK scene is way ahead of the Australian scene.
Oh, for sure. But think about it like this. Can you imagine if you told the 5 that you and me both named that they were having the opportunity to go back to back with the names of Skepta and Stormzy, it'd be fucking. I think it'd be game over.
Now this is the point I was gonna make. This is the argument point of where you could have an underdog situation winning here.
Because Australia's,
if you give that opportunity to someone like Shadow, do you know how hungry he's gonna be to deliver? And so
all of them.
I believe that there would be more in it for the Australian team easily. Way more in it for them.
I feel like if it was like your 5 and my 5, just say that 6 of them were there. The fucking everybody, and it was Scrub and Chill as well. And they were all there, and they were all going there. It'd be everybody would have mouth guards in as if they're about to go into a boxing fight of bars. Chill would probably be there trying to shout them all a blunt or something, but fucking the rest would all be hungry, bro. Just like absolutely.
On the other side of things, though, then to flip that back again, most of them artists, if not all of them, would like Chip. Chip is the one who caused this whole discussion to happen in the first place. Chip has held his own when there's 3 or 4 MCs going at him at once, and he's managed to have enough bars to hold off 4-5 men in the same room. Chip will be hungry if you try and say you're better than him on a microphone in a cypher situation. No doubt there. Skepta, that he's one that I'm unsure. If you can bring out the 012 of Skepta or the 010 of Skepta, oh my god, it's over for all of them. I will say it's over. It's over for Alex Jones. It's over for Nerve. It's over for Wombat. I will say that with my chest. It's over. Lady Leisha, I think if I think she's the one I would doubt a little bit. I think she'd still be down for it. Maybe because she's the female, she'd want to still hold her weight. But I think she's so comfy in herself, she wouldn't need to unless you disrespect her personally. I don't think from a musical standpoint she needs to prove herself. I think that's similar with Stormzy as well. From a person, I think from a technical standpoint, I feel like he'd be comfortable enough. Now, personally, if you was to put like a head-to-head, there's like someone like Alex Jones. Honestly, I think they could do a better job than Stormzy if you was to put him 1-to-1. But Stormzy in that situation, I know you could give him the microphone and he'd hold his own easily enough. Krept and Conan, yeah, I believe someone like Krept would just be hungry enough for it. I don't think he has a reason to sleep on it in any way, shape, or form.
I think like a lot of people will go, yeah, it's fucking obvious the UK would edge it. Have to fucking happen, and I'm hoping it's someone like that UK Presents fella or whoever's running that they can slowly bridge up the sort of caliber of artists from the UK and mix them with our sort of best, because like
it would be dope. It would be dope. I mean, all right, so the guy who runs UK Presents, he's from the Midlands. He's from I think Leicester, which is where Kamikaze, Eyes, Izzy Gibbs, all of those artists are from. Yizzy, all of the ones that far the Oz scene have collabed with. Yeah, it's all the Midlands. I don't think there's been many, if any, collaborations with London artists. In the UK, it is 95% of the scene is in London. Hence why this discussion that happened there was the London, and then for the bonus thing, you did the outside of London. And it's basically Birmingham, Leicester, maybe Manchester, but for the most part, it is just London. Like, that is where the bulk of our scene is. Whereas in Australia, it's more spread out kind of thing.
Definitely.
Of course, you got a bunch in Melbourne and Sydney and Brisbane, but then, London is where it's all at. So, I mean, once they start breaking into that realm of artists, because it is in no disrespect to any of the Midlands crew, like I said, like Lady Leisha's from Birmingham, shout out to her all day long, but the other 4 artists I named,
when you think about it, bro, the UK is probably like the whole of the UK is probably only the size of between Brisbane and Sydney here.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Like,
and then when you put London into that mix, like, let me type this in real quick. Size of London or some shit. London's tiny compared, right? 1,500 kilometers squared. So I don't know if you want to look that up. Cool, do whatever you want there, but I mean, it's tiny.
So Australia is 7.692 million kilometers.
There you go. And we're 1,500 kilometers squared. So London is tiny, and the amount of talent and the amount of artists that have come out of London alone is insane. I don't think there's anywhere in the world that has created so much in a in such a small space.
Fuck no. London's popping.
Like,
dude.
Obviously, in America, let's say like New York, they've come up with a bunch of artists, but nowhere near as small as London. The amount of people, like, literally on the road I live, there's people that have done. I live on the same road where, and again, this is gonna go over most people's heads, but for the one or two that may know, Squeaks, Benny Banks, Joe Black, like, I'm naming just, and that's just on the road I live. Now let's turn the corner. You've got and it's just a disgusting amount. Even South London in its own, just the south of London, however small that is, you've got Stormzy, Crepton Conan, just so many. It's unreal. It's just in such a small space, you know.
It's
Skepta grew up down the road from me. Chip, JME grew up down the road from me. Avelino grew up down the road from me. It's just, it's so close knitted together, and I think that plays into the success of the UK scene, because people kind of grew up around each other. They grew up in the same area, so it's like, these are the boys from my area, and we're gonna work together. But because the bulk of the scene, it's, you know, it's just crazy to see how quickly you can network here in London. It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like it'd be a whole lot harder to sort of climb the ladder in London, though, considering there's so many people.
Yeah, because it's oversaturated with artists and whatnot. That's why it's so much more difficult to become just a part of the scene in general. But yeah, man. So I mean, that's an interesting debate to have. I want people down in the comment section to give their list of, you know, the top 3 artists from each area of Australia, who they would pick. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Just remember, this was purely speculation. It wasn't a serious way of saying this is what is set in stone. No, it's just what we would pick.
It's also an opinion as well. I know a lot of people really disagree with some stuff I said, except for the stuff about All Day. Yeah. But yeah, it's just how it is. Yeah, it's all about opinion and your perspective on it. And yeah, that's what it is. It's just a discussion. I think it's interesting to have ones like these. Obviously, there's not a lot of platforms having discussions like this, and that's not to sound like I'm boasting or anything like that. That's not the case. I want there to be more discussions like this, because I like listening to things like this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think, if you would like us to do more things like this. The reason I reached out to you, bro, because I know you know your shit. I know you understand a good variety of the scene. I hit up a couple people to do this, and they were just like, yeah, I don't know people from this city, or I don't know when it comes to that. Or one person even turned around and said, I don't want to give my opinion, like, I didn't realize it's going to be recorded. And I'm like, yeah, a podcast is recorded, bro. So yeah, man, thank you for coming along. Thank you for doing that, man. I appreciate it. Well, good. Cheers for having me.